you actually have 8 functional processors. So parallel processing, okay. So computers use parallel processing, and you can use parallel processing too. You handle multiple tasks, okay, juggle multiple tasks. There are a lot of things as you start with one thing, okay. A lot of things may not be depend on you, the only person. So you start some project, you start one project, okay, pass it on to another person, okay, while you're waiting for other people or other, for example, like sequencing, okay, you send the gene, the DNA off to the sequencing lab. They're not going to give it back to you right away. It takes several days, or at least the fastest turnaround probably is 24 to 48 hours, right? So what are you going to do in that 24 to 48 hours? Okay, sit around, wait for the result, and do something else, right? Parallel processing. Well, the multitasking, so it will minimize your downtime, okay? So that's how you get more things done. So happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. That's the core of being a scientist. The investigation and discovering new truth, new facts. Okay, that's the thrill of discovery, or the thrill of the creative effort is your happiness as a scientist. So, like Dr. Lee stressed earlier, scientists need to be honest, no fraud. Okay? Because scientists in the core is the discoverer of truth. Okay? Truth is the foremost, it's almost like a religion, that we seek the truth. And as a scientist basically the training, the PhD training, okay? In addition to seeking the knowledge, actually it's just an exercise. Okay? It trains you in the thinking, in the scientific method. And so it's sort of like a practical, your dissertation is like a practical exercise that you practice the scientific method, starting from the theory to the prediction, and then you do the experiment and make the observations and then make a conclusion about your theory. That your thesis, your dissertation, is the record of that exercise. Okay, that basically trains you as a scientist. Okay, so from then on, from that point on, after you get your PhD degree, what you are going to do in your career as a true scientist, as a mature scientist, may be something totally different. Okay, maybe have nothing to do with what your PhD thesis is about or dissertation is about. Okay, so my PhD dissertation was about the biochemical basis of a circadian rhythm in the Epicia californica, okay, which is a sea slug. Okay, so what does that PhD dissertation have to do with what I'm doing right now in research? Nothing. Okay. Well, except that I still use the techniques of running electrophoresis, running gels, and doing Western blot. Other than that, I don't really use anything. But the scientific method that I learned stays with me. That's how I become a scientist. Okay. So the mechanics of how to find out the truth, okay, in the toolbox of in the scientific toolbox, the probability and statistics is very important. Okay, so the statistics is the I guess I already talked about in my statistics lecture. That is the logic. That is how we think. That's how we come out that's how we discover the truth. Okay, then we distinguish the myth from the truth, from fallacy. So one of the person in the audience earlier raised the question of how to become a PI or how to be a good independent PI. So in order to do independent research. Okay. First, you have to pick a relevant or important question to work on. Okay. So the people's life is finite. Okay? The amount of productive life or the number of productive days in our life is limited. So in order to spend our effort, we have to make sure that our effort is spent on something that is important, relevant, and first of all, that we'd love to devote our effort to. Okay. So in order to choose that topic that you devote your life to, you need to first have a solid background knowledge. Okay. So here you can see that there's tons of books. You need to read about all the books and the journals in order to know what is there to know in that particular field that you're interested in, so that you know where is the frontier of the knowledge. Okay, where is the edge? Okay, so that you would discover there's something new. Okay? There's no point to reinvent the wheel. Okay, so if something is already known, already used, what's the point of wasting your effort to reinvent the wheel? Okay, you have to know where the edge of the knowledge is in order to push the frontier forward. Now, in order for you to reach the frontier of the knowledge, okay, the scholarly pursuit is like building a pyramid from the ground up. Okay, how far you can go, okay, depends on how broad your base is. Okay, so your basic knowledge is very important. Okay, I'm doing research right now in biomedical sciences. Okay, but I would need to know, need to be curious about the things that you see around you, anything that you encounter. Curiosity is very important. You ask questions, learn about it, okay, and that becomes your basic background knowledge. Okay, for example, computers. Okay, learning about computers, knowing about the capability of computers, knowing about programming. Okay, you need to understand the concepts of the capability of computation, how to handle data, okay, and how to, with these days with, billions and billions of bits of information about the genome, about the transcriptome, about the proteome, about the metabolome. Okay, what is the methodology to mine that data, to abstract the information, to look at the big picture, and from that information and test your hypothesis. How do you do that? Okay, without the background in statistics, without the background in mathematics, without the background in computer science, you're not capable of doing it. Okay, so therefore, the broader the base of your knowledge is, it would help you to reach the goal, the particular point of field of knowledge that you want, that you're working on. That helps you to be able to get higher because you have a broader base to build that pyramid of scientific or scholarly pursuit. Okay, that's all I have. Carry on and fulfill your destiny. Any questions? First slide? First slide. Okay. First slide. So, I'm going to try again. This one?
Yeah. The first thing, I very appreciate your personal experience. I very thank for your personal sharing your experience. And I have one question.
Okay.
You see the MD can Anderson can select
Yeah.
can select what you have a right across the
That's our vision. This is the logo.
I have a personal idea, but
Okay.
I want to listen from your thought.
Okay. So the Anderson logo with the red line across the word cancer, that is our logo. It's part of our mission. Our mission is to make cancer history. Okay, make cancer history has a double meaning there. We want to make history about cancer, okay, or we want to make cancer history. We want to make cancer a common history that it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, our goal is to put a red strike on the word cancer. We want to strike out cancer. So that's what the logo means.
I have a similar idea to you, and
Yeah.
treat cancer disease.
I'm sorry?
I mean the treat cancer disease community.
Big. Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Similar idea.
Thank you for sharing with us your life stories. Very interesting. I got that it already took a lot of time, effort, determination to become an MD, PhD. So I wonder if your parents had any role in your career life?
No.
No?
Well, actually, after my pharmacy degree, and my mom was telling me, why do you want to go to medical school? I mean, she wants to have grandsons. So, we have to postpone having children. Our first child was born after at the last year of my medical school. So, my parents didn't really think that I should work so hard, and for them, they just wanted me to have a stable job, good life, have children, and be happy. But happiness is a very personal thing. To me, playing in the lab is happy, playing on a computer is happy, and seeing patients, taking care of patients, it brings me happiness. So, to me, although if you count 80 hours per week, is that work or is that really not work? So there's a if you look at it, oh, I work 80 hours, so oh God, I'm so tired. So your life would be miserable, right? But I spend so many hours, but to me, it's not work. It is part of being myself, being me.
I think what you're doing what your parents expect, that being happy. Yes, I had the ambition. I hope that my son will become MD, PhD. So you think what as a mother can do for them? I know that's too far away and it's too ambitious, but I would like to hear your advice.
So I think that it really need to come from himself. It has to be something that he wants. You can expose for example, doing volunteer work. Let him see what the life of a physician is like. Have them experience how you would feel when you're helping people. And then the most important time is really the teenage years. The teenage years, the personalities formed, and At that time, you will know about whether they are first capable of, and two, they are willing to put in the hard work, and three, they have great aspirations. Okay? If they don't have aspirations and high goals, then they won't work on it. A lot of the young people would love to play video game, shooting guns, playing war games on a computer rather than studying. Okay. All right, Lee. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break.
We have one question.
I have a question for you. I see that you got an internship for your internship, like a scholarship.
A scholarship?
Yeah. But I mentioned about internship. I mean the scholarship for job and the experiment for short scholarship, internship.
Oh, internship.
Yes.
Internship means the first year of clinical training.
Yes, I wanna find out internship for myself. And can you give me your experience in finding internship, and how can I increase my opportunities in getting internship?
Okay. So, yeah, internship is the first year of clinical training after medical school in America. It is part of the residency program. And in order for, if you are a foreign medical graduate, let's say you go to medical school in Vietnam and want to do the clinical training in America, steps are that you take the USMLE examination. Usually for there are 3 parts of the examination. If you score in the 95th percentile or higher, then it would be likely that you can match for a spot in the internship and residency programs in America. Because for foreign medical graduates, the competition is very stiff. Because a lot of the physicians from the Middle East and from India and China are competing for these spots. Probably it would be easier that after the bachelor degree to apply for medical school in America, but some of the schools would not be able to accept foreign students, but some can. But again, the scores need to be very high.
Okay, I have another question. I see that in Vietnam, in my own view, I see that if a country wanna apply the science, I think that if someone wanna apply the science
Internship.
In Vietnam, the doctor, in medical will be separate to the science.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if science wanna develop, they have to incorporate with the medicine. So however, in Vietnam it's different. So can you show me how can I
I boost or how can I make incorporations between medicine and science.
So I guess it is difficult if there's no formalized way of connecting the two disciplines. But it shouldn't stop you because among your friends or your peers or old classmates, there got to be someone that is becoming a doctor or a scientist. Okay, so collaboration, building a collaborative network is very important. So you can start with your friends, your peers, and they're in different fields, okay, and meet with them, talk to them, and so that you would learn from them what is relevant or important questions from the clinical science, and then talk, communicate, and see what you have in common. So maybe the things that you know can teach the clinicians, and then the clinicians, the problems that they encounter or the difficulty that they can encounter, maybe inspire you with a new question for research. Okay, so at MD Anderson, the good thing about MD Anderson is that the collaboration between the clinicians, the doctors that see patients, and the basic scientists is very strong. A lot of times, you don't have to be a physician scientist that have both degrees. A lot of times, you have one degree, but have friends that are experts in other fields and communicate and talk and form teams. Okay, when you have a team of different people with different expertise and training background together, it will be have a strong, improved outcome.
Okay, thanks for your idea.
Mình có thông báo là bây giờ các bạn sẽ nghỉ giải lao, tại vì các câu hỏi về học bổng hợp tác mình sẽ có 2 bài nữa, là anh Linh trình bày về cách để các bạn xin học bổng ở Mỹ và kinh nghiệm học tập ở Mỹ và các đề tài hợp tác mà MD Anderson triển khai ở Việt Nam. Cho nên lát bạn nào có hứng thú thì ở lại nghe tiếp. Còn bây giờ thì các bạn nghỉ giải lao thì bạn Dũng đây sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn ra ngoài cổng của cái nhà y này để chụp hình kỷ niệm với mấy thầy. Xong rồi mấy bạn còn lại để có một cái buffet nhỏ nhỏ ngoài đây để bạn ăn uống, xong rồi sau đó bạn nào có hứng thú với 2 lần sau thì ở lại nghe, còn không thì các bạn có thể ra về. Cảm ơn các bạn.